How to stay alive while riding a motorcycle? It's a rainy day, very gloomy. Let's try to be safe. Let's hear that engine roar. Love it. So good thing about this bike, it has a rain mode. It allows me to control my engine output and of course my throttle input, as well as be more stringent with the wheel slip or the tire slip. Look at that, looking good. Alright, let's go, brother. This is a combination brake too. So when I press my front lever, it also presses or engages my rear and my front brakes. As you can see, the traffic is back to normal. This is the usual 5 p.m. traffic. Right, hopefully there are no idiots today. Let's try to make it home alive. Watch out for those markings. You wouldn't want to ride over them. They're slippery. No matter how good or how expensive your tire, you don't have traction in there. Right, let's overtake. Right, I'm being trailed, but I'm on good speed. And once it sees the road straighten, bam! Ain't gonna catch up with us. I wanted to talk about how to stay alive on the road when it's wet or when it's raining. So what do I do when I drive to make sure that I stay alive? Well, firstly, patience. You need to have a lot of patience. Rushing will only get you killed. Rushing equates to not preparing your route, not looking out for traffic, and just being plain reckless. So if you add up all those together, you will rush, you will ride fast, you'll be reckless, you're gonna die. So patience is the key. Plan ahead in time at what time you want to go, where you want to go, which route you're gonna take, so that you will not end up rushing. Like I've learned that failing to plan is planning to fail. Secondly, what I do is that, see this gap? Following distance. I make sure that I keep a good following distance, especially that it's raining and the roads are slippery. I will take a longer following distance so that in case I have to brake, I have enough distance to cover. And it also allows me to be able to react earlier, because I'm able to watch and not predict or assume what kind of action the cars in front of me is going to take, the cars beside me going to take, and that is pretty important. Another important aspect of riding is choosing your lanes correctly and positioning your bike. Like for instance, I don't ride exactly right at the dead center of the lane, nor do I ride in between lanes. I would just be slightly off to the left side, following the left hand wheels of the cars in front of me, because in this position the car in front of me can clearly see me through the side mirror. I am not invisible, and in event that the car in front of me jam brake, I can maneuver out, because the cars have shorter stopping distance compared to bikes. That's a fact. And being in this lane will prevent cars from behind from coming too close to me, because I'm in the center of the lane still. I'm still occupying a large space of the lane. And for those guys who loves to ride on the dotted lines in between two lanes, they are just reckless. And if you study statistically, those people who get into accidents, most of them have terrible habit when it comes to bike positioning on the road. Because if you position yourself on the dotted line, most drivers will think that you are neither on the first lane or on the second lane. And if you are driving slower, you are just inviting them to overtake you. And when they overtake you, there's a chance that they might swipe you. So riding on the dotted line is a big no-no for me. Another important tip that could keep you alive while riding on the road is that you must always remember that nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody cares if you have the right of way or whatsoever. Nobody cares, especially if you're a motorcycle. Survival of the fittest. The bigger always have the right of way. So don't get frustrated if some cars try to eat your lane or cut you abruptly just because you thought that, hey, it's my right of way and that you should give me my right of way and you should wait at the back or back off whatsoever. 90% of the drivers you'll see on the road don't give a shit, because all of us feel entitled that we have the right of way, so nobody cares. And the best thing that you can do as a motorcycle rider is to drive or to ride defensively, because you yourself as a motorcycle rider, you know that your skin is protecting the bike, and if you are wearing gears, good for you. But let me tell you, 95%, no, 98% of the people out there that rides motorcycle don't wear proper protective gears. And I would understand, because firstly it's really uncomfortable, it's warm, and to some extent some people don't understand the investment on quality protective gears. They'll be like, alright, I'll save that $200 helmet and let me just get the most basic helmet with DOT or PSB approval sticker on it. Once you have accepted the concept that protective gears actually ensures you that you will not have such devastating damage when you fall off a bike or get into an accident, that after the accident you might be able to recover and go back to your normal lives and live another day to ride. And then you know that getting quality gears are important. Okay, we gotta slow down. We need to slow down right about here, because that overhead bridge right there always have a speed camera.